Who is this little girl and why is she giving us a side eye? This painting, Las Meninas, which translates to The Ladies in Waiting, was painted in 1656 by the Spanish painter Diego Velázquez. Right after looking at this painting, our attention is drawn towards this little girl who is wearing a fancy little gown and shining like an angel. Her name is Infanta Margarita Teresa, the daughter of King Philip and Queen Mariana, and she is standing there elegantly staring at us. It's almost like she is saying, "Well, I'm a princess and you aren't." Now, Diego was always known for capturing intense realism with only a few brushstrokes. His techniques inspired multiple painters like Monet, and he was also known as the painter of the painters. Now, Velázquez's inclusion of himself in this painting suggests a commentary on the status of the artist. By positioning himself among nobility, he elevates the role of the artist within the court and society. In front of him is a huge painting, but what is he painting? Oh, so you are telling me that the painter of this painting was painting another painting inside this painting? That's confusing. Now, let me highlight every element of this painting before jumping into the details. The two girls next to Infanta are her ladies in waiting, with two dwarfs on her left and a dog. One of them can be seen trying to wake the dog with her shoe. Behind her, we see a chaperone, and in shadows, a guard. In the background, a mirror reflects the images of King Philip and the Queen, who are presumably outside the frame where the viewer would be and probably what Diego is painting. A portrait of the King and the Queen. Next to the reflection is a man walking on the stairs. His name is Jose Nieto Velázquez. He is the Queen's Chamberlain, responsible for overseeing the Queen's household. Now, Velázquez has done some excellent work on the perspective of this painting, because look at Jose's presence. It helps create a sense of depth, making the room appear more expansive. Now, let's go back to Infanta. Maybe she was standing and watching Diego paint her parent. Or maybe she was waiting to get her own portrait made. But here is where things start to not really make sense. This reflection in the mirror can be of the king and queen outside the frame, or maybe it is the reflection of the painting Velázquez was painting. But he never painted a portrait of the king and the queen. And the size of this painting is way too big for a portrait. You know what else is big? This painting, Las Meninas. So was he painting the painting inside the same painting that he was painting? Oh my goodness, that is a lot of painting. Now if you look at the palette that he is holding, you will see that the colors are the same that he used to create Las Meninas, or this very painting. Now, if you look closely in the background, you will see two paintings on the far wall. These are the copies of the works by the Flemish artist Peter Paul Rubens. These paintings are a part of the series that depicts scenes from Ovid's Metamorphoses, especially these two paintings, Minerva punishing Arachne and Apollo and Marsyas. The presence of these Rubens copies reinforced the intellectual and artistic environment of the Spanish court, showcasing Velázquez's deep engagement with classic mythology and the broader European artist traditions. Furthermore, the reflections could also be referral to another famous Flemish painter, Jan van Eyck. Velázquez wanted to show people that art and painting is also like any other occupation, like poetry, as he subtly blended his hand with the paintbrush, showing that an artist is inseparable from his tools. Now, look on his chest. We see the insignia of the Order of Santiago, a prestigious chivalric order in Spain. Now, Velázquez was awarded membership in the Order of Santiago in 1659, 3 years after he completed Las Meninas. This honor was a significant recognition of his service to the crown that King Philip ordered the cross to be added on Velázquez's chest in the painting after he died. The cross signifies Velázquez's achievement and his esteemed position within the Spanish court. Maybe looking at Las Meninas now, it may not look so evolutionary and great, but if we saw this in the 1600s, this perspective would have been mind-blowing, and it's also unique because every single person in this painting stands as the same plane as the royals, especially the dwarfs who were considered as objects to laugh at in the 1600s. But Velázquez doesn't portray this and shows that they are just as human as anyone else. Finally, in my observation, this is one of the most ahead of time paintings ever. And if you ever get a chance to look at it live, do stare at it for a good hour.